My cover in last week's issue of Businessweek was called "Are Lawyers Getting Dumber?" And it was about this catastrophe in last year's July bar exam where scores dropped a record amount and people in several states were not passing the bar exam. And the question that the piece asked was, why are so many people failing the bar? One argument is that the students were less qualified, and that was made essentially by the woman who runs the organization that creates the multiple choice portion of the exam. And what that means is that the students who were taking the test had come in with lower entrance exam scores. So their LSAT scores, their LSAT scores were down. And really what she points to is the bottom quarter of law grad classes. The theory is that as people leave law school, the very people who might have had trouble getting into law school in the past are now getting in and coming out of law school and having a lot of trouble entering the profession. The other argument was the test is broken. There was another factor that made last July's bar exam crazy and unprecedented. And that was a software glitch. What happened was as students began to upload the essay portion of their exam that they wrote these essays on the first day of exam, they were met with error messages. And they were finding that they could not upload the essays to the program that they'd been given, that they'd paid for. So this provoked hours of panic, again, among students. Deborah Merritt looked at this panic and said, well, if you have a group of students who has experienced this massive glitch, which is incredibly stressful, perhaps on the next day of testing, they performed less well. I mean, perhaps they performed worse on the next day of testing than they would have had they not had this massive glitch to contend with. It's a mystery how much the software glitch contributed to the scores. The stakes could not be higher for the July 2015 bar exam. The results will start trickling in September. If the scores drop again this year, then we're talking about a really troubling pattern. This isn't just about who's your lawyer. This is about the kid who has just spent $120,000 to go to law school and who has failed the exam that governs whether or not they can be a part of this profession. And it's not just one kid. Now we're talking about a whole cohort of people who are not members of the profession that they thought they were going to gain access to.